welcome to Heart Mooresville, your small town radio show with a big heart. I'm your host, Christine Patterson. We've got co-host Don Smyle.
Hello, Mooresville.
And we have two very special guests in the studio with us this morning from High Branch Brewing, Mr. Kirk Werth, General Manager.
Good morning.
And Mr. TJ Creighton, the owner of the wonderful brewery that we're going to be talking about today. Good morning.
Thanks so much. Good morning.
Thank you for joining us today. Well, my co-host and I really love beer.
This is true. We were talking offline, kind of our favorites, and very quickly. Did you know that seltzers are much easier to make than regular beer?
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
And tell us why.
Well, at least for our process, we use a yeast that only takes about 3 or 4 days to ferment. So it's faster than beer. And on the process side, it's a lot easier for the brewers to make because it's like making Kool-Aid. You pour the sugar into the kettle, boil it, transfer it to the fermenter, and we use all real fruits in ours. We don't use flavorings or anything like that, so that helps with a lot of the complaints that people have about seltzers, about like the sulfur or the flavoring that they get from it.
So TJ's dropping knowledge right on the top of the show.
I know. I've already learned something. We're not even through the first few minutes of the first segment, and I've already learned things. Well, I'm so excited to talk to you all more about, the process and what you do and learn a little bit about High Branch. We've got a crazy show today. Like, we're going rogue. I think WSIC is going to fire us because we just have a crazy show. We're actually going to be interviewing a celebrity housewife this morning.
I thought that we were going to tease people and say there was a big surprise, and now you just dumped it.
No, you know me in secrets.
Okay.
I can't tease it. I can't.
All right. Well, yes. So we're going to have fun with her. So tell us again who she is.
So Dolores Catania is actually from the New Jersey Celebrity Housewife show. And she's going to call in, and we get to talk to her today.
And they're actually coming when? When are they coming to town?
They're coming this Saturday, July 27th, at the Mooresville Performing Arts Center.
And I'm pretty sure WSIC was giving away some tickets to this event. And I think we're going to announce the winners.
How exciting!
Yeah,
so we have such a special show today. So we get to learn about beer, talk about beer. We get to interview a celebrity housewife. We get to play a game. We've got all kinds of fun things in store for today. But before we get into all of that, we always like to share what's going on in the area to keep all of our listeners up to date and informed with our In the News segment. So a couple things, really quick updates today is, you all know we talked about last week, military makeover coming to Mooresville.
Yes.
Well, they did it. They unveiled the new renovated home this past Sunday. Of course, that is with Montel Williams. He was there along with the whole film crew, and they had chosen a Mooresville family, the Mahaley family, who are both veterans, the husband and wife. We thank them for their service, of course. But they got a complete home makeover, had a huge turnout on Sunday from, community residents, elected officials. Our own Mayor Carney and Commissioner West were in attendance to show their support. And the Mahaley family was just speechless. One of the things they said was it just didn't look like their house anymore. So I thought that was so cool. And they were obviously so, thankful and grateful for the work that the community did. I mean, most of this work was from community volunteers that went out and gave their time, and many local companies donated materials for this makeover. So kudos to Mooresville for coming together and making, this so special for the Mahaley family.
Yeah, and it gives a chance for those people who work the trades to kind of show their skills. And we talked about this a couple weeks ago, that the trades are so important, carpentry and electrical and plumbing and all of these things that are kind of the bedrock of our life.
Right.
Not everybody has to be a computer science major, right? We need people who build houses and do things like that. So we appreciate them for volunteering their services for this worthy cause.
Yeah, absolutely. And then lastly, I just want to shout out the Main Street Barber Shop. It's Main Street Barber and Hairstyling that's located on North Main Street. So they celebrated their 20th anniversary this month. They had a big old block party. Owners Eric Simelton and Charlie Wilson hosted the block party to commemorate 2 decades of being in business. They had lunch and games, attractions, music, and just congratulations on their 20 years in business on Main Street.
Yeah, I walk past that business quite often when I'm walking up and down Main Street. And I just love that they still have the old school barber
I know.
pole,
I love it. It definitely adds to the old town, downtown feel.
Yeah.
But I mean, for a Main Street business, I know a lot of communities struggle, for businesses, especially in downtown Main Street areas. And I think we're so blessed to have such a great, amazing, thriving Main Street. It's one of the top Main Streets in North Carolina. So I love hearing these stories.
And I love that we look like what you would imagine Main Street to be, right? So if you look, I've always said, if you look up in the dictionary Main Street, you're going to see a picture of downtown Mooresville, because that's pretty much what downtown Main Street looks like in America, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely. Well, a couple other things that I want to mention is, yes, of course, we do have the Celebrity Housewives coming this Saturday. There are still tickets on sale. You can get those tickets at ourtownstage.com. That's ourtownstage.com. Tickets on sale now. We are still doing some giveaway packages here on WSIC, and our Mooresville Arts and Events Facebook page. You can go to enter those.
Take a breath, Christine.
I'm just so excited.
Take a breath.
I'm just so excited. And then, of course, you can always join us in August for the Rock the Park outdoor concert series at Liberty Park. That's going to be August 2nd. And then also on August 16th, we had to reschedule a show because of the rain. So we'll have Envision on August 16th and Radio Revolver on the 2nd.
I envision there'll be a large crowd for that show.
I envision that too.
We'll be pouring beer on for that concert, the Envision one as well.
That's right. You all are going to be one of our breweries out there. Have you attended one before?
I have not.
This is going to be a great show. And it's a fun time, and our community they come together, they put out some chairs and blankets and just hang out in this beautiful park. It's awesome. And what do you have going on in Parks and Rec world?
Well, there's a couple things happening. I think the most important thing, we like to keep the public up to date on closures and improvements. And one of the big things that's happening right now is a rather large improvement project at Cornelius Road Park. So starting Monday, July 22nd, which is this week, actually, trail access to Cornelius Road from the Parkmount community and the disc golf course will be temporarily closed due to construction of a stormwater connector. So we expect this to last a week, depending on the weather. Raining, that kind of interrupts things. We can't really do anything about that. So weather pending, it'll be a week project, and we apologize for any inconvenience, but we are looking forward to the overall improvements that are taking place at Cornelius Road. So we're adding a lot of amenities, upgrading the parking, doing a lot of other things. So it's kind of an important thing for the community. A couple of the quick things. Destination Recreation, our very popular mobile recreation unit, will be at First Responders Park on July 26th, which is this Thursday, from 9 to 11 a.m. And First Responders Park, for those who don't know, is where the 150 sign is down Main Street. So a lot of people don't know that is what it's called. So obviously we have some other things going on that we'll touch on later in the show, but we want to, again, thank TJ and Kirk for coming. We're going to have a great conversation with them, as well as our celebrity housewife when we return here on Heart Mooresville on WSIC.
More Heart Mooresville with host Christine Patterson and Don Smyle is coming up on WSIC. Local starts here.
A lot of folks around the Lake Norman area really have gotten some much-needed beneficial rainfall over the last several days, and those opportunities are going to continue. Keep the rain gear at least within close reach. We'll see a mix of clouds and sun today with high temperatures in the upper 80s. Watching for another round of scattered showers and downpours once we get into the afternoon and evening. Overnight, it'll stay muggy, dipping into the low 70s. For our Wednesday, you guessed it, in the upper 80s with a round of scattered showers and storms for the afternoon. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
The WSIC app is available now wherever you get your apps, featuring local deals from great local businesses like Serenity Now Massage Therapy.
Here Here is your WSIC community calendar. Langtree Live continues their free music series on Thursday. 2 months ago, Ghostface Brewing and Waves Entertainment hosted the Battle of the Bands. The champion that night, Fortune 5, makes their Langtree Live debut this Thursday, July 25th. Come on out to Langtree Lake Norman to see and hear the Battle of the Bands champion, Fortune 5, this Thursday with music beginning at 7 p.m. The Live Under the Oaks concert series continues on Friday at Birkdale Village in Huntersville. Come enjoy the music of the Highway with their dynamic and high-energy show. Red Rocks will have beverages on site, and the Birkdale restaurants are ready for your dinner service. Bring your chairs and blankets for the Highway concert at Birkdale Village on Friday, beginning at 6 p.m. The 8th annual Dog Island Jam takes place this Saturday on Lake Norman. Star from The Voice, John Sullivan presents the summer's must-see concert. Waves Entertainment will bring a stage, sound system, and LED walls to, you guessed it, an island on Lake Norman. Sully and Friends headline the concert on Saturday. Untie your boat or call your friends with boats and enjoy the Dog Island Jam concert on Lake Norman this Saturday. The Cookout Summer Shootout Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway reaches the series finale. The 10-race series title night is on Tuesday, July 30th, with NASCAR night sponsored by the NASCAR Hall of Fame. See the champions crowned and the legends and bandoleros. Don't miss the next generation of racing superstars honing their skills and rising through the ranks. Gates open at 5 p.m. with the green flag waving at 6. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets, details, and information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
All things Mooresville to keep you in the Knowsville. Join in the conversation by calling 844-STUDIO-4. Now, back to the show.
All right. Welcome back to this amazing edition of Heart Mooresville here on WSIC. We appreciate our guests, Kirk and TJ from High Branch Brewing, coming in. We'll be getting their thoughts on all things brew here shortly. We mentioned that we have a surprise guest, which is no longer a surprise, Dolores Catania from Housewives, the popular television show. Christine, are you a housewife?
I am a housewife of Mooresville, a real housewife of Mooresville.
Oh my goodness. And you even have swag.
Yes. I have a cup to tell everyone that I'm a real housewife of Mooresville. No, I wish I didn't have to work and I could be a housewife at home, but no.
Well, we will certainly have fun. We're going to play a new game with Dolores where we spin the wheel of reveal and we ask her some enlightening questions. So
yes.
we're going to have fun about that. So obviously, I like to say there's a day and a week and a month for everything. So I would just want to mention very quickly some of the things that are happening this week. It's actually tomorrow's International Self-Care Day. And that's extremely important in this day and age. And we have how many parks, Christine?
17.
And 4 recreational facilities and oodles of opportunity to enjoy yourself and take some downtime with you, either by yourself or with your family. To 25th of this week is World Drowning Prevention Day. Very important since we live near a lake. So please be careful when you're out. Wear your life vests in the boat and keep an eye on your children. The 26th is American with Disabilities Act Awareness Day. So obviously we try to have ADA compatible facilities and parks for those who wish to enjoy all of our facilities. Let's see what else we got going on. The 28th, World Nature Conservation Day. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
You know, it's been very hot lately. So obviously people may not be enjoying the parks as much as they normally would, but we do have splash pads, which are working
yes,
at this point.
Cool you off.
So you are welcome to join those and find an opportunity to get your children to run around and let out some of that energy. And if, you know, quite frankly, it's not just for children. If you're an adult and you want to run through a splash pad, then by all means do so.
I like it. And today, July 23rd, is Talk to a Celebrity Housewife Day.
Really?
Yeah.
You just made that up?
I just made our own day.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you all ever seen the show?
I can't say I haven't. My wife definitely watched it a few years ago, and I can think of some times where I'd walk in and say, well, what are you watching? And just kind of get sucked in for, you know, the next half an hour or whatever. But yeah, I can't say I've searched it out.
Yeah, reality TV will do that to you. It
Yes.
sucks you in, right?
It
It's
does.
like the
It
train
does.
wreck that you can't stop watching.
Exactly.
What about you? You ever watch the show?
Not really, but I'm, familiar with the world itself and, the different franchises and,
Yeah.
vaguely familiar with the world of the Housewives.
Yeah, I would say that reality TV in itself, but specifically the Celebrity Housewives, is probably more of a. Probably have more of a woman fan base. Probably,
Probably fair.
just the nature of the show.
Now you mentioned, Christine, that there were some fun packages available for people to be able to enjoy the show. Now, are they still available? Are they sold out? Tell us a little bit about it. Okay.
So a couple of the packages are still available. We have the VIP package after the show. So our pre-show package is sold out, but our after-show package, there are still tickets available, and you actually get to meet and talk with the Celebrity Housewives. Of course, we have Dolores Catanias, who we're talking to today, but we also have Sonia Morgan from the New York show.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and Dolores Catania, again, who we are speaking with today, is also on another show called Traders that's on the Peacock Network.
Now, do New York and New Jersey get along? I mean,
I don't.
our engineer is shaking his head no.
No, I guess not. No,
Okay.
no, I don't think they do. There's
Tell
a
us,
lot.
tell us.
Yeah.
As somebody from New Jersey, I can tell you absolutely not.
Okay, and why is that?
Because a lot of people from New Jersey like to claim that they're from New York.
Ah,
Ooh.
so it's a territory thing.
It is. It very much is.
Okay.
Plus, there's the bagel wars, the pizza wars.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you're claiming the best of both.
Jersey's better.
Oh, wow.
He's throwing it down
oh my
there.
Gosh. Okay.
Okay, Joe. Well, I think that makes it even more fun. We're gonna have a Jersey representative. We're gonna have a New York representative this Saturday. We'll see if there's gonna be any beef there.
So before people start lighting up the phones and asking on social media, is that cup available or is this a one-off?
So this is actually available for the giveaway that we're doing.
Ah, okay.
You can go to the Mooresville Arts and Events Facebook page and enter. You comment, share the post, and that is entering the drawing. And you can have a chance to win one of these beautiful Real Housewives of Mooresville cups.
Okay.
Exciting.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, while we wait for our guests, I guess we'll jump into the world of brew. So, we were talking off camera before, kind of how you kind of started this whole thing. But give us the background on High Branch and how it all started, and kind of what the vision was for this establishment.
Yeah, I guess that would be me. The Cliff Notes version is I started home brewing, and I had a pretty flexible job. So I found myself getting up early during the week, working from home, brewing, maybe do some stuff on my computer, hang out at the house. And I would just kind of do it so much that I've said, you might as well turn this into a business. And
Yeah.
And I worked with the brewing job on my own pretty much for the first couple of years, from brewing to working in the tap room, and doing my other job at the same time. So I kind of was burning the candle at both ends, so to speak, for a while, and just kind of reinvesting everything and building it up. We went from 1.5 barrels when we started, which is about 45 gallons per batch, up to we have 20 barrel fermenters now. So
Wow.
That's about 620 gallons per batch.
Wow.
So
That's a big leap.
yeah. And our landlords in Concord have always treated us really well. So we actually moved into a larger location within the mill, and now we're over underneath the food hall in Concord. And we recently opened our satellite location in Mooresville, downtown at 252 North Main Street.
So the original one is at Gibson Mill, right?
Correct.
Yeah, my
Yep.
wife and I love that place.
Isn't
I
it
mean,
cool? Yeah.
it's interesting. You can get lost in that place for like
Mhm.
hours just wandering around looking at cool stuff,
Yeah.
right? And if you can grab a beer and enjoy it, it's even better, right? But
Yeah.
when we first started going there, were no eateries, no breweries, no nothing, and they built that whole other section over there, and it's a whole afternoon of fun.
It is.
Right?
It is.
So now you have a location downtown Mooresville. So tell us about that, Kirk.
Yeah. So, like TJ just said, it's at 252 North Main Street. So we're right in downtown. And we just have a nice, cozy, comfy, almost like cafe style tap room. We have a variety of different seating options. And obviously we have our beer on tap there. It's not brewed in Mooresville. It is brewed in Concord, but we bring it over, and all the beer seltzer is served there is made by us. And we also do have non-alcoholic options, and we do have wine available as well. And
speaking my wife's language.
Yeah, and if anyone's feeling peckish or hungry, we have QR codes at all the tables. You're able to order from Bay's Burgers, which is pretty well known, I would say.
Yes.
They're a couple doors down from us, and they'll bring it right over to your table for you.
Now,
So
that's freaking cool.
It's convenient.
Yeah.
It is.
And I just want to go back to the word of the day, because we like to think of a word of the day. Peckish. That's a word I don't hear every day. I know what it means.
Yeah.
And for those who don't, peckish just means you're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right?
you just want a little something to nibble on while you're drinking your
Yeah.
beer. Maybe you don't want a full meal, but you want to order some garlic fries from over there because their garlic fries are awesome. And
Yeah.
just want a little something either like savory or salty, depending on what kind of beer you're drinking, or if you've got your kids with you, you got to
Right.
keep them happy. Order them some French fries, maybe a hot dog.
The great thing about Bay's Burgers, first of all, they taste amazing. But the first time I went in there, and I didn't realize that they were like smashed, right? And large, but smashed. And I'm like, because traditionally you're thinking of a burger as being really thick or whatever.
Right.
But man, they're so good. You know,
Amazing.
everything about that place, man, it's just like, it's my indulgence. If I'm not going to have the chicken from our friends at Barcelona, which is amazing. A good burger at Bay's is a good second option. So you obviously started out in Concord, you kind of expanded that location, and now you're in Mooresville. So Kirk was telling us a little bit about the atmosphere, but kind of what do you see is people's what's the reaction when people come into your facility and they hang out? What's the vibe? What can people expect?
I think a lot of people are surprised because something unique about our space is it actually used to be an alleyway. So it's really long. It's about 100 feet long, and in one section it's only about 10 feet wide. So
it used to be an alleyway?
Yeah.
So they just retrofitted the alley?
From what I was told, yeah. We've heard a lot of stories, and we should confirm it. We've only been open about 6 weeks, but we'll get there.
Okay, I haven't been there yet. This is intriguing me.
So
I have to go.
It's very cool. When I went in there and was talking with you, actually, that's the first thing I noticed was just how cool and the vibe. Like, it's not your typical shaped,
for sure.
place. It's a really cool. I didn't realize it used to be an alleyway, though.
Yeah, we've heard some cool stories, dating back to like the late 1800s, where the horse and buggies used to go down, and because it is an alleyway, each of our interior buildings were walls were the exterior walls of the buildings next to us.
Right.
So we're probably the only space in Mooresville that has 2 exterior walls as our interior walls.
Nice.
Lots of brick.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, brick is cool. It's cool to the touch, but it's cool to look at. And, it just adds kind of a nice vibe to it. But man, I'm intrigued now. I have to go there.
Oh, yeah. We definitely have to go, have a beer at this place. It's very, very cool.
I hear a road trip.
Yeah. And we're so excited to talk to you all about beer names. So Don always loves to find out, what are your beer names?
Right.
Why did you name them that? So we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah,
after
one
the
of my
break.
favorite ones thus far is Wobbly Butt. I mean, I just hear that and I'm like, that's what happens after you drink beer, right?
Yeah,
You get the wobbly butt.
Yeah.
And so I'm always intrigued because I love double IPAs and I love to go and sample beers, and the names are just ridiculously cool. Cool sometimes just ridiculous. But we'll talk more about that on Heart Mooresville and WSIC. We'll be right back.
There's more I Heart Mooresville on the way from 105.9 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
A lot of folks around the Lake Norman area really have gotten some much-needed beneficial rainfall over the last several days, and those opportunities are going to continue. Keep the rain gear at least within close reach. We'll see a mix of clouds and sun today with high temperatures in the upper 80s. Watching for another round of scattered showers and downpours once we get into the afternoon and evening. Overnight, it'll stay muggy, dipping into the low 70s. For our Wednesday, you guessed it, in the upper 80s with a round of scattered showers and storms for the afternoon. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Looking for a large private room for your next work function? Or maybe you need a place to bring the whole family for a delicious meal? Pomodoros of Mooresville has the perfect space for your crowd. Book your next event at pomodoros.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T.
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text LION to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text LION to 42424. That's LION to 42424.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
The Statesville Family YMCA reminds you that older adults and those with chronic health conditions don't need to feel they must accept impaired balance and limited mobility. Build strength, improve balance, and gain confidence in your mobility through the Moving for Better Balance program. For questions and additional information, email C. Mullins at ymcanwnc.org.
Hi, this is Joshua Dobie. Join me Thursdays at 4 p.m. for Dollars and Cents, a show that focuses on your personal financial journey and the markets around us. That's Dollars and Cents, Thursday afternoons at 4, here on WSIC.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Home resales in the U.S. slumped to one of the slowest paces since 2010 last month. Contract closings down 5.4% from May to June. The National Association of Realtors says that marks the fourth straight decline, and the rate trailed all estimates in a Bloomberg survey of economists. The slowdown came as prices reached another record high in June, with the median sales price of 4.1% to $100 shy of $427,000. Like so many other consumer product makers, Coca-Cola has been raising prices to keep up with rising costs, but its consumers are still buying. That has the beverage giant hiking its full-year outlook, now expecting revenue growth as much as 10%. Average across regions, the company hiked prices across a mix of its products by 9% in the latest quarter, more than the increase expected by analysts. Wall Street's indexes started higher, but now hedging their bets. Dow, NASDAQ, S&P 500, all three little changed. Andrew O'Day, Bloomberg Radio.
Mooresville, how we feeling? Good. Welcome back to Heart Mooresville on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
And we're back with Heart Mooresville. I'm your host, Christine Patterson, with co-host Don Smyle and special guests Kurt and TJ from High Branch Brewing. Thank you all again for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you. Sure.
Well, Don, I think we have a special guest on the line.
Do tell, Christine.
So we have Dolores Catania, housewife from New Jersey, Celebrity Housewife Show, that we're going to talk to in just a second. We are so excited. Before we get her on the line, I want to announce a winner of the contest for the Celebrity Housewife tickets.
All right. I'm going to...
Drum roll. Courtney K. Congratulations.
Come on down. You're the next contestant. No. Congratulations. All right.
Congratulations, Courtney K. You are going to have a fabulous time at the show this Saturday. We're so excited that you won, and you will be joining us. Okay. We're ready for our guest.
Hello?
Hi, Dolores.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Congratulations, Courtney K. We're going to have fun.
That's right. Thank you so much. It's going to be such a great show. And first of all, let me say we are so excited you're coming to Mooresville.
Oh, thank you. Me too. I'm really excited. I've never been. So you guys are going to have to show me around.
Nice. Oh, we can do that. Now, have you ever been to North Carolina?
Not in a very long time.
Okay, well, I think you're gonna have a great time. We've got some great restaurants and all of the things to show you. So we're super excited that you're coming to our amazing town. I wanted to ask, we have such a great crowd. People are just so excited to ask questions and learn about you all, and people really love watching the show.
I'm so flattered, and I can't wait to answer their questions and get to meet everybody. Really.
Yeah, so we are too. And so to rev up everyone for that, we have a game called the Wheel of Reveal that we were hoping to play with you. Will you play a game with us?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, the last time I was there, I was just thinking about, I was at Camp Lejeune watching my brother graduate from the Marine Corps.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, tell him thank you for his service.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah, that's on the coast. That's an amazing town, and been there many times. So, again, thank you, and thank your brother for
So
his.
how far is that from? Yeah, my dad too.
Yeah,
So,
well,
yeah.
you've got quite the lineage there in the military.
Military family.
I do.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they're about
so-
three and a half hours from us. So not,
Okay.
yeah, not that far.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm looking forward to this. Yeah.
Exciting. Okay. So the way this game works, it's called the Wheel of Reveal. So we have a wheel, a huge wheel that you can't see, but it's here inside the studio. We're going to spin the wheel. It's going to land on a number 1 through 10, which will correspond to a question. And then we're going to ask that
I'm afraid.
question. Don't be scared. Don't be scared.
Is this a clean game?
This is totally PG.
Okay.
Okay.
I know you guys are much more proper than us, so I'm trusting you a little bit.
We're a family show, Dolores.
Okay. I'll play then. I'll play.
And the only table in the room is the one we're all sitting in front of, and it's very heavy, so we won't be throwing anything. So.
Oh, geez. Well, don't count on a Jersey girl to throw anything.
All right.
Okay, Joe, are we ready for Wheel of Reveal?
Okay, go for it.
All right, first spin. Can you hear the spinning?
There is a real
Yeah.
wheel. So.
We do
I
actually
want one
have-
of those.
Yeah. Okay, number 6. Question number 6 is, if you could have your own spin-off show, what would it focus on?
Oh, geez. So, you want the truth? It would focus on, it's not exciting for you guys there, but for women. Like, there's so many my age women now going through a lot of different hormonal changes, and like, we're crazy. Like
We are.
We're absolutely crazy. I saw a thing on Instagram the other day that it said if you were going to dress, send a menopausal woman or premenopausal out there. Forget it. We're going to win the war, whatever it is. So, yeah, just send us, because then they'll be the enemy. You wouldn't wish us on your worst enemy. So
That's the new
that's
the
what it
new
would be
war
like.
campaign
I think
slogan.
you're-
Just send us.
I think you're a genius, actually. Okay.
Yeah, so
well, that's
I've
great.
just been like getting hit with a lot of these questions, and I mean, we all go through it, but nobody wants to talk about it because it's embarrassing. So listen,
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
No,
Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you,
No,
though.
great
Yeah.
answer.
Funny it is.
Great answer. Okay, here we go again. One more spin. Oh, number 7. Okay.
Lucky number 7.
Next question is,
Okay.
what's one thing that you think fans have completely misunderstood about the show?
Oh, I mean, what you see is what you get. I think they're understanding all of it, because one thing about New Jersey, our show, I can speak for, is it's very real. And, well, that may be the one thing that is misunderstood. Not one part of it is ever scripted, ever.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's pretty
just so you guys
amazing.
know.
That's hard to
Yeah,
do.
It is.
Yeah, I would think that probably is misunderstood, because people think reality television sometimes is kind of scripted, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing to hear that
Yeah.
everything that happens there is real housewives.
Oh,
That's right.
It's real. It is 100% real.
All right.
I always say, you think we could carry a script? Let's face it. That's like hard and a no. No, that's us. It's all us.
That's right. It's all the Real Housewives. Okay, I'm going to spin the wheel again. Another question. Oh, what's it going to land on?
I love your accent.
It's country, Southern. My Southern accent. All right, question number 8. Who is your favorite housewife outside of your franchise?
Oh, wow. I have friends, so many favorites outside of my franchise that I've become friends with. So I can't say that there's only one.
That's okay. You can have more than one.
Yeah. So in Dubai, I have Chanel Ayan. In New York, I have Dorinda Medley, Gertie from Miami. I'm actually having a softball game. And I do a softball game, an annual softball game, and every year charity softball game. And a few of these housewives are coming.
Oh,
Dorinda's coming.
cool.
Gertie's coming. Yeah.
So is this going to be a made-for-TV event?
Oh no, we're not filming right now, but we might pull up the cameras for this. It's kind of iconic.
Yeah, I think you need to capture some of that and share it on social. I think people would love that.
For sure.
We're
Oh,
excited.
you'll definitely get the socials, but the behind the scenes, what goes on in the locker room, is a whole nother story.
Oh my goodness.
I'm excited for this season, so we'll see. Okay. One more.
The season. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. Spin again. Here we go. Wheel of Reveal.
We seem to be in sequential order today.
And question number 10.
I'll play the lottery.
I know. I think you might. What has been your favorite tagline from the show? And it can be a favorite tagline that you've had or another of the housewives.
So my favorite one is look loyalty up in the dictionary and you'll see my face. That is mine. That is my favorite one I've ever heard, and that is what I love.
I love that.
I have to say, of all the taglines I've ever heard, that's my favorite.
Aw, I love the one for the season. A girl from Patterson playing Switzerland and dating an Irishman. I love that.
Well, you like that because it's your last name. So.
That's true. I love, Patterson is my last name. See?
So Dolores, I'm curious, what can fans expect when they come to the show? Because obviously they see you on television and they know what the show's about. What is the expectation when you come to our beautiful city in Mooresville?
So I'm so excited for this beautiful city. It is to get to know me personally. As you see on the show, it's not just me, it's everybody, it's their families. Now you're getting a personal experience with me, if that's what you like. And then you get also Sonia Morgan, who, watch out, sports fans, because you don't know what you're going to get from Sonia, but you're going to laugh and you're going to have a good time with her. See, I'm a little bit different. You're going to get some sugar and spice with this show. That's definitely
okay. Sure. I love that you all give the opportunity for the audience to ask questions. We love that, and I think that you'll get probably some very crazy questions from the audience, but it'll definitely make it fun. But I think you have an audience full of fans that are very excited to see you guys come.
I'm excited to see them, and thank you for having me.
Yes. And
I hope everyone has a great experience. I really do, because that's what I always want, is for someone when they meet me to always have a nice experience.
Yes, and us too, and we're totally going to provide that for everyone that comes, and I think they're going to leave feeling, very happy that they did that. Dolores, thank you so much for calling in and giving us a chance to talk to you.
Well, thank you for having me, and I will see you soon. Will I get to meet you?
Absolutely. I will be there Saturday, so you'll get to meet me, and I'll get to meet you. We're excited.
Great. Thank you.
All right, have a great day. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
So that was pretty cool.
She's so sweet.
Yeah. So obviously we're gonna have more to talk about here, but wow, that was amazing. So we'll be back here on WSIC, Heart Mooresville, and Celebrity Housewife Day.
We'll be right back with more Heart Mooresville on 105.9, 100.7 WSIC. Local starts here.
A lot of folks around the Lake Norman area really have gotten some much-needed beneficial rainfall over the last several days, and those opportunities are going to continue. Keep the rain gear at least within close reach. We'll see a mix of clouds and sun today with high temperatures in the upper 80s. Watching for another round of scattered showers and downpours once we get into the afternoon and evening. Overnight, it'll stay muggy, dipping into the low 70s. For our Wednesday, you guessed it, mid and upper 80s with a round of scattered showers and storms for the afternoon. That's your forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here is your WSIC community calendar. Langtree Live continues their free music series on Thursday. 2 months ago, Ghostface Brewing and Waves Entertainment hosted the Battle of the Bands. The champion that night, Fortune 5, makes their Langtree Live debut this Thursday, July 25th. Come on out to Langtree Lake Norman to see and hear the Battle of the Bands champion, Fortune 5, this Thursday with music beginning at 7 p.m. The Live Under the Oaks concert series continues on Friday at Birkdale Village in Huntersville. Come enjoy the music of The Highway with their dynamic and high-energy show. Red Rocks will have beverages on site, and the Birkdale restaurants are ready for your dinner service. Bring your chairs and blankets for The Highway concert at Birkdale Village on Friday, beginning at 6 p.m. The 8th annual Dog Island Jam takes place this Saturday on Lake Norman. Star from The Voice, John Sullivan presents the summer's must-see concert. Waves Entertainment will bring a stage, sound system, and LED walls to, you guessed it, an island on Lake Norman. Sully and Friends headline the concert on Saturday. Untie your boat or call your friends with boats and enjoy the Dog Island Jam concert on Lake Norman this Saturday. The Cookout Summer Shootout Series at Charlotte Motor Speedway reaches the series finale. The 10-race series title night is on Tuesday, July 30th, with NASCAR night sponsored by the NASCAR Hall of Fame. See the champions crowned and the legends and bandoleros. Don't miss the next generation of racing superstars honing their skills and rising through the ranks. Gates open at 5 p.m. with the green flag waving at 6. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com for tickets, details, and information. To keep up with all the events happening around the community and much more, including amazing local deals, download the WSIC News app today.
I Heart Mooresville. Ooh, we should put that on a t-shirt. Sorry, New York. 105.9, 100.7, WSIC. Local starts here.
No.
It's mine. Stop. I'm just doing a little fighting with my co-host here. We got revved up with Celebrity Housewives. We got all the drama here in the studio today. It's mine, Don.
Christine, I have learned after 30 years of marriage that you are always right.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're back with I Heart Mooresville, and we're here with Kirk and TJ again from Hyde Branch Brewing. We were talking a little bit about the brewery. We got on the subject of beer names. So I was explaining that my co-host Don Smyle loves beer names. We love figuring out, why they're called what they are and the story behind them. So tell us a little bit about what your beer names are called and how they got that name.
So we have two of our bigger brands beer-wise. McGill Avenue is more specific to Concord, located on McGill Avenue.
Oh.
And then when we opened our Mooresville tap room, we knew we had to have a beer for that location as well. So we have North Main. They're both hazy IPAs, which is what we're most
speaking
known
my
for.
language.
And we wanted the branding on the can for the Mooresville one says Mooresville. It's specific to that location, even though you can find it at both of them.
That's cool.
So those are two of the bigger franchises or beer brands that we have, kind of like specific to each location, trying to make all the customers in that location know that we're putting effort into being part of those communities and being involved not just with the beer but with other things, kind of making it a little bit more special.
Okay, I like that. Any stories behind any of those brews? Just the you said the McGill
Avenue.
Okay. Now you all are celebrating Christmas in July, right?
We are.
Are you part of it? So we've been excited about Christmas in July. We've been talking about it for the past couple weeks. So we love Christmas in July. There's a beautiful display right now at John Franklin Moore Park. There is a snowman and sand, and you can go take your picture. A lot of the downtown businesses are participating in the are giving specials for this weekend coming up. So what are you all doing?
We decided to go with a deal for all full-size pours of beer. It's $1 off for the 3 days during Christmas. And we also are doing $2 off of any 4-packs to go. So we're having that deal through the entire time. And then on the sip and shop day, we're actually doing a Christmas punch
Ooh,
that we're hoping people will enjoy.
that sounds amazing. What's in the Christmas punch?
We're going to leave it up to people to decide if they want to use the fruited seltzer as a base or our fruited sour as a base.
Oh, cool.
And then we'll add oranges and cranberries, and we actually have to go back to the lab and
The lab. I love it.
It works out
square away exactly what
and,
else we're gonna put
and it
in
works out nice because the fruited sour that we have right now is plum flavored. So
Mm.
obviously a very Christmassy vibe to it, even though it's a fruitier sour beer.
Well,
Ooh.
after drinking those, the selfies at the Snowman will be much more interesting.
Yes,
right?
that's right. So if you were going to recommend one of your beverages to a celebrity housewife, which one would you recommend and why?
I'm gonna probably go for the seltzer first. I mean, I know the housewives are always working on their figure. It's lower calorie, lower
Yeah.
carb.
I like
So I'm just gonna have that fruity, bubbly flavor, like our sparkling waters that don't have alcohol that we drink as well.
Great answer. I love it. Well, we're super excited that you're participating in Rock the Park. What will you have? Are you bringing like the whole shebang, couple beers? What will we have on site that people can try?
So I can't say specifically. It'll depend on what beers we have available at
Sure.
that time. But we'll probably have 3 different beer options. We'll probably have something on the lighter side, our Mexican lager, our Italian Pilsner, something more traditional beer tasting. We'll probably have our Orange Dream, which is our orange vanilla creamsicle blonde.
Oh my
That
Good
sounds
for
very
when the
summery.
very
Yeah.
summery,
Yes.
great
Been a
when the
popular
weather's
one.
hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll probably have a hazy IPA just because it'll probably
Okay.
be North Maine, if I'm being honest. But we'll probably have a hazy IPA just because we want to get the IPA crowd. People still want to drink that, and it is what we're most known for. So
Mm.
people
And for
kind of
those
expect it.
who drink it but don't know what it means, which I do, what does it mean? What is an IPA? What's the acronym stand for?
India Pale Ale.
Okay. And where did that come from?
So it came from the IPA style came from Britain when they were sending their boats from the East India Trading Company to India. They needed a way to preserve the beer in the shipping process, and they found that by adding this abundance of hops to it, it preserved the beer. The alpha acids and stuff in the beer or in the hops preserved the beer during the shipping process, and then people got accustomed to that taste.
Mm-hmm.
The hoppiness, the bitterness,
Right.
and then when the beer market started kind of expanding and coming to America, those people had a taste for that flavor, and they kind of brought it over with them.
Well, I just want to say, big shout out because he knew
I know.
not only
Yeah.
what it stood for, but he knew the origin of it, and quite frankly, that's impressive. So
That is very impressive. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's so interesting like how the process has evolved back, from even the 1800s. I would have loved to taste a beer like from the 1800s and today to see how different because the process has changed. I mean, somewhat,
yeah. I think
Yeah.
they drank the beer hot
Yeah.
back then, right?
Yeah.
So I think refrigerated beer is a relatively new thing, right? I mean, even in Europe right now,
Yeah.
I would think that most of the beers are
Warmer,
served
yeah.
Warmer,
yeah.
or most of the time back then it would just be whatever the temperature of the cellar was, where
Right.
the casks were stored that the draft system pulled up to the taps from.
Speaking of which, my wife and I went to Europe a couple months ago. We went to Italy, and we found this really cool basement bar. And there were many of them that were kind of dug out from the bottom. And what the story was they told us was that they would pack those cellars with snow during the winter.
That's
Oh.
cool.
And it would basically it was an air conditioner for the house.
Mhm.
And they would put layers of hay between it, and it would preserve it, and it wouldn't melt, and it would cool the house. I mean, just
Wow.
so many cool things like that
Yes.
we don't really understand, but those evolutions become modern air conditioning, right?
Right.
But back
Very
then
cool.
didn't have it, so very,
Very
cool.
cool.
And speaking of beer names, I just want to say very quickly what my favorite one is. And I'm not a fan of the ritual that goes along with it, but it's called Ass Clown.
Sure.
Ass Clown Brewery.
Yeah, and they basically have to honk this freaking horn every time they pour one of these beers, from the tap.
That's funny.
And so the honking is kind of annoying. The beer is good, but that was like, I just like every time I see that, it makes me laugh.
Yeah. One of the great things I think about our area is we've had so many new breweries open up in even the Lake Norman area, not just Mooresville. Of course, we want to highlight Mooresville breweries because we do have just eclectic and wide variety of brews. You think beer is beer, but it's not. I mean, all of those beers, they don't taste the same. There's so many different flavors and, focuses for those. So it's people like, that's something like as a hobby, people like trying new beers.
I will tell you one that I do not like, and I've tried it, is the one with jalapeno in it.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
yeah, I'm not
who came up with that idea, right?
I don't do that.
I don't want to burn my mouth while I'm drinking a beer.
No,
it was just a weird taste.
But that's one of the reasons that we started the Bands, Brews, and Barbecue Festival that is coming up in September.
Nice plug.
Is that we do have such an amazing brewery community now, and of course we're becoming more of a music destination. We have amazing barbecue, of course, Carolina barbecue, but because breweries are popping up everywhere, and we even have the Mooresville Ale Trail now, the Lake Norman Ale Trail. We have enough breweries to actually have this activity, which is very cool, and we want to celebrate that. So we're excited that you will be a part of the Bands, Brews, and Barbecue Festival, as well as our Rock the Park.
Just bring plenty of beverage, because I will tell you there will be 12 to 15,000 people there,
or more,
or
even.
more
with barbecue.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
They definitely, and you will sell a lot of beer that day. So come ready. But no, we're very appreciative of all of our breweries that have committed to that. I don't, when we entered this process of committing to these events, I never imagined that we would have every single brewery in attendance every single event, and we have.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Our brewing community was able to do that, and that's pretty impressive.
Well, when you have a product that has to be sampled to be appreciated, you got to get in front of the peeps, right?
Yeah.
You can't just say, "Oh, by the way, our beer is really good." No, we got to be where the people in their mouths are, so that they can ingest it and figure out whether they like it or not. So big shout out to all of our brewers and partners who have participated in these events, because they make them what they are.
That's right.
And the second annual Bands, Brews, and Barbecue event is when?
September 14th, upcoming, and we're going to have a great event. Lots of things for everyone to do, kids, couples. Just come by yourself.
And there's an event page for this, correct?
There is. You can go to mooresvilleevents.com.
Okay. mooresvilleevents.com. That's pretty much going to become the go-to place for everything happening in the Mooresville area.
Yes, it is. We'll have a community calendar, and you'll be able to find out all the fun things to do.
Well, this has been a great show. We want to thank TJ and Kirk for kind of enlightening us educating us on the history of IPAs, which was incredible. And, remind everybody there are two locations, one in Concord and the new one in Mooresville. So I have to go visit the alley.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to nickname it.
The alley. Ooh,
that
would have been a good name too. And where can people go to find out more about High Branch?
So for Mooresville specifically, our Instagram is highbranchbeer_Mooresville, and our Concord page is High Branch Beer. You can find us on Facebook. highbranchbrewingco.com will have both locations, both of our tap lists for both locations, all of our events that we have going on, any contact information. If you want to rent out the event space in Concord or the tap room in Mooresville,
Oh, good to know.
we're starting to do that as well. So all of that can be found there.
Okay.
Excellent.
Awesome.
So obviously this show has been chaotic, fun. Did you guys have a good time?
We did. Thank you so much.
Cool. Well, you remember my face when I come into your brew. So
Yeah.
And obviously Christine's, on cloud nine as a housewife that she
I'm
got to
so
talk to
excited.
Dolores. So
A fellow housewife.
yes. So big shout out to Dolores, and thank her for joining us today on Heart Mooresville. And as we mentioned, she'll be in attendance this weekend.
Yep. Tickets still on sale, ourtownstage.com.
All right. Any last words there, Christine?
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
All right. Have a great week, Mooresville. Heart Mooresville here on WSIC.